And that would be, I think you guys would have to adopt a residence to have one in your own town.
How are we gonna get people, we can't even get people to volunteer for our fish fry.
We might be, you'd be surprised. We never had any trouble before with camping for ballots.
I think we have plenty of time, and I'm quite certain Crawfordsville is gonna stick with the machines, so we'll probably be prepared for those regardless. But maybe I would suggest in the next 3 to 6 months, we find a few people who are willing to volunteer, and I'm happy to volunteer my time to train and teach and demonstrate.
That's what I was gonna say, or do you,
We
if we
just,
find a handful of people, do you do the training?
I'm happy to do that. We just did a mock election with the 8th graders. They do the reality store, I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
But they came to the reality store and cast, it was just under 400 ballots, and we had 24 options on there, and I brought a team of 3 people in, and they had them counted before they left at 3:15.
We need a minimum of 4 people.
You do need a minimum of 4, I believe, for transparency. And part of the way the process works, 2 people tally, and they have to get the same tally, or we have to redo it. So they're tallying, and you got a caller, and then you have a watcher. So that's the bare minimum. It's nice to have a few other floaters if they need something, but 4 people could handle it if that's all we have.
Do they have to sign a book when you come in?
They'll have to sign an oath.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do everything by
I
the
used to
book.
work,
Yep.
several years ago, I worked on the one that's open for everything.
So is this a volunteer basis, right? We don't have to pay, I mean, we don't have to be concerned with trying to pay these people?
I think that's a decision you guys make. I believe you probably could get people to volunteer. We had a handful of people
I would
volunteer.
assume they would have to be 18 and have to be a Darlington
registered,
resident. Registered.
Have to be a registered voter. I don't know that they would have to be a Darlington resident, but that would be my preference. Because I think your people should control your own elections.
Right.
And who verifies all of that then? Say we get a group of 8 people. Do we send them to your office to verify that they are a voter, like a registered voter? And I mean, whose
You
responsibility
could
is to
actually
make
call
sure?
me if
Okay.
you wanted to give those to Michelle, and she could say, I got this list of people, can you see if they're registered voters? We can look
So
that
it
up.
could be like an email form, so we have paper trail to say, hey, this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, and I could actually get you a list of all the registered voters. Get that's open to anybody that wants it, but I could send that to Michelle today, and she could have that to look through, and you guys would know who you could talk to. I've been promoting it a little bit. I know there's a couple people in Darlington who are interested. Whether the timing works for them for that particular election, I wouldn't know, but.
And this may have been asked because I was going back and forth. Do they have to balance Democrat Republican?
Yes.
Okay.
It needs to be a bipartisan team.
Mm-hmm.
Get that list. It may not be what you.
We have several people that help out with our election, in the presidential election, who really didn't identify as a party. So they were almost floaters, whichever side we needed, we had that.
So if they do that, they can, so you have 2 Republicans, a Democrat, and
2 independent maybe?
2 independent, that would still even out. I mean,
Can they
that
be
would be-
related to us? I know, like my son, I know he would do it, but.
If you're on the ballot, it would not be
Okay.
encouraged to have anybody who's related to you.
Okay. That could be hard
Now
to count.
you could, now I believe as someone on the ballot, you could have him as a watcher. And I think that's a very good thing to have people who are constantly, they can't talk, but they can look at the process, they can observe, they can flag something if it needs to be flagged. And I think that's how we promote transparency with our elections.
Oh, yeah, I think there's.
So how much would the cost be for the hand count?
Be the cost of your paper.
Paper ballot.
That's all. And you guys could print those with the type of, we could set that up, you guys could print those yourselves if we needed to.
We still got our ballots too.
We would just create a process by how many were printed when they come in. If Michelle's the one that prints them and she prints 500, someone counts to make sure there's 500 in there. We sign off that that's 500. Out of those, maybe 100 got used. We sign off that 100 got used and 400 was returned unmarked.
Okay.
So we would track everything.
So,
mean, I would hope you guys could get more than 100 people show up for your election,
I
but
think
100 ballots is not gonna
Well,
take a lot
maybe
of time.
we have a better, showing if it's here local, and they don't have to go all the way into.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's say Crawfordsville all the way into 7 miles, but some people, that's a,
But when you're
it's
in
a huge,
Elkhorn,
yeah, that's what I'm
right?
saying.
I agree with you.
Some of them, the post office is about the limit.
Right.
They don't wanna go
Right,
much
exactly.
farther.
So you see what I'm
I
trying
can
to.
see them, I can
There
see
are a
them
lot of older
wanting
people
to
that
come
want
here and do that.
And they would still have an option to request a mail ballot.
So they could still do that if they couldn't get out or.
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay, that would still be an option.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they missed this isn't a voting place anymore, obviously.
I remember when I first moved in
Oh,
here,
yeah,
this is where
yeah.
I voted.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think it
And the
will,
only thing on that ballot that we're talking about would be for the town board.
And the
And
clerk-
yeah.
And the years that you're.
Yeah. just our election, yeah, we're the only elected people, so, yep, that's it.
You guys may be one of the first towns in the state of Indiana who has hand counted in a very long time if you do that.
I mean, look a note here.
We get a plaque.
No, you'll get a.
No,
I don't, you might get a lot of protesters.
Yeah, that could be true.
But that's your guys' choice. So is there any other questions that you'd have, or?
When do we need to have that completed? But I know they'll sign up, we'll sign up in 27, but when would you need to get this, like, let's start it at this
Like a
date
good
and make
deadline,
sure it's finished by this date?
I mean, your decision on,
Well, the decision I could understand could be in the next month or so at a council meeting, but the start to finish of, hey, I'd like to see these people done, get these people, say they'll do it, get them trained, like, what's a good time frame, just to give us an idea, and that way we can tell somebody.
We're
if they
talking
were
about the
interested.
November 27 elections, right?
No, 28.
You won't do a
20
primary?
it'd be 27.
Oh,
Yeah, you could have a primary.
If
potentially.
We could potentially have to be by
yeah.
May.
Could be my May,
Right.
could
May of
possibly be my May
27.
if there was some
Right.
sort of
So-
competition or, like you had to eliminate.
I thought she said.
So,
The
But-
training that I just completed, we did a crash training 2 weeks, and I asked them to come to 2 sessions. There was 4 sessions provided. They came to 2 sessions, and I would say in 2 sessions you'll be, you'll know after the first session if that person is good or not. We had a couple that came that probably that's not going to be something they could do. We actually had children that came that were 6, 8, and 10, made no mistakes, did everything perfect. So it's not a complicated process by any means, but it does require a little focus, and some people have a harder time with that. Vision, I would say people, a lot of us in this room
Trouble seeing.
probably have a little harder time seeing, and so I would try to get, if you can find people 50 and under, that would probably be a preference based on my limited experience. But really someone who's okay with paying attention to detail. So.
yeah, work on that.
I will send you a list then.
Okay.
And
That'd
maybe
be
you could
great.
share it with the group, and then you guys
Sure.
can kind of look for people who maybe will do what?
We'll stop.
Stop.
Long colder.
That's
I really think if they're coming here, it's not gonna be as
No,
difficult.
I don't think
think
there's gonna be a
there's a
problem.
lot of political people in town who very much watch that or go onto our website and read our minutes. So I do think, and it's something that even, I can ask the guy that runs the Darlington Chatter to delete. It'd have to be a no comment post.
Yeah.
But it would be a good way to get it out there for people
Yeah.
and seeing if they're on their list as registered. Could they be, but they would have time to register in 2026 or
You can-
27.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, All right. yeah,
Thank you.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Thank you for
All
your
right, I'll
time.
get that to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right,
Take
number
care.
9.
Have a good night.
See you.
Be careful going home.
Thanks.
I'm good.
You good?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So, we're down to the approval of minutes for the regular meeting on November 6th of 2025. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the regular minutes of November 6th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Money matters. Do I have a motion to approve the appropriations report, payroll docket, and the revenue report?
I make a motion to approve, appropriate, I couldn't get that word out. Appropriations report, payroll docket, and revenue report.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're now in the new business now, and we've got 1782 notice, 2026.
Okay, when I sent you your email, I kind of explained what the 1782, it's our approval over 2026 budget, it all got approved. So,
By
The DLGF.
Yeah, I think.
yeah, Department of Local Government Finance, and, I just hit no changes and I sent it back. Just wanted you guys aware of it and that you had seen it. And, yeah, that's basically it. There doesn't require a vote or anything like that. We've already done that.
So now we're on to the resolution 4-2025 approving the disposal of certain real properties.
Okay, so what this is, I gotta go to a closing for the empty lot.
Oh,
And in order to do that, to sign on behalf of the town, we have to have a resolution that says that I can sign at closing for the empty lot, yeah.
Okay.
That's why we have to post on it at this point,
so we need a motion to do that,
we do
right?
need
Okay.
a motion and
So
a
do I
second.
have a motion to approve the resolution
I
4-20?
would make a motion to approve Michelle, the clerk treasurer, being able to sign for the sale of the empty lot downtown.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The next one is the community crossing grant, the PACER report.
Which I sent you guys information on that as well. So we have our certification and, I don't know, it's useful. But what I wanna ask you guys, Ken Smith, he's the one who did our PACER report. So for less than $5,000, it'll depend on how many roads, we should be able to qualify for $500,000. And should get approved for $500,000. So that money will come in 2026. The draw will be in June. We then can look into fall paving at that point. But anywhere between, not to ever exceed 5,000, he will do the whole entire grant plus look for stormwater grants as well.
Wow.
He does several small towns. He does a lot of the community crossing, but he sent a proposal over and, you know, he's like, I can show you the MVH guy. Ryan's like, no.
Right.
Like, okay.
Understandable.
He could show me, but the thing is, I don't have the access, like, he has to do the PACER report. He
Right.
has to do the street work. He has to determine which streets are the ones that we need done first, and then where the connection's gonna be from there. So, I think that's a good way to have somebody to write, complete, and I'll do all the accounting side of it, obviously. So I'm seeking, his proposal is, I just had him write up a proposal, and that's what he said, you would vote as not to exceed 5,000. Cause he
Okay.
said, it isn't gonna be that much with $1 million because it's per road.
Is this PACER report, does that grant money good for doing the same type of thing they did out on Stockwell, or on Stockwell and
Yes.
Cassidy?
Yep, it sure is. Yeah.
When Brian and I talked to Jake Lowe, he was really high on it, and
Yes.
I
There you go.
think he told me it was a quarter of the cost of the
Yes.
regular, the
Nice.
old school asphalt, so,
Mhm.
I mean, that,
It'd go a long way for us.
I
if we do
definitely
that.
wanna.
Yeah.
It might be a little, putting the cart a little ahead of the horse, but I just wanted to make sure that was because,
Yeah.
and Jake did say he would come up and talk to us about it at any meeting if we'd call him and ask him.
Yeah, he's very familiar with that
So-
surfacing, yeah. So, yes, and again, like I said, our drains too.
Yeah.
That, the stormwater, because some of these drains are gonna have to be replaced.
Yes.
And we can apply every year, so he'll do
Right.
this,
Oh,
Now-
yeah.
it's gonna be a cost, that's what he
Right,
does.
but-
But
He's in it. He knows.
pay less than 5,000, get $500,000 to do your roads.
Right.
That's no way.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So that's what I'm looking for, to see if you guys,
so we need two separate,
just
right, or
just one motion that it doesn't exceed 5,000, because he said that's how I would make the motion, because it won't exceed 5,000, it'll be less than that for how that we're gonna do. But that would be to hire him to continue with the grant, continue with all the paperwork, continue with finding anything else that we could possibly get,
Okay.
and then getting the funding.
So do I have a motion to approve the community crossing grant hiring of Ken Smith not to exceed $5,000
I
per
make a
year?
motion to do that.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? And then don't we need a second one for the PACER report, or?
No, it's
No,
already
okay,
done,
okay.
submitted and approved. No,
Okay.
no, it's fine. Yeah, it had to be done by December 1st. so.
Okay. So now we're down to the tracking factor report for January.
So, this will be for all rates increase 0.002927 per kilowatt hour. And that is it's not an electric bill.
Right.
That really gets people confused, but yes.
So do I have a motion to approve the tracking factor report for January, February, March 2026?
I make a motion that we approve the fabric factory for January, February, March.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, I went down to old business, the adoption of ordinance 6-2025, salary ordinance for 2026 approval.
And this is just your third reading and your approval date. Yeah,
Okay.
there's nothing's
Nothing we need
changed.
to- Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing's,
we made no changes, everything's.
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Community center future.
I need
Oh,
you,
wait.
a motion.
A
Second.
motion
Yes,
to approve the adoption of the adoption ordinance 6-2025 salary ordinance of 2026.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, community center.
There's been some more discovery of some things that would have to happen in order to move the offices up here as far as the building goes. So I would Brian's doing some research. I've been calling around. I'm supposed to be getting a phone number to a gentleman that's in charge of the historical building and all the stuff they're doing in downtown Lebanon. It's actually Fred Warren's son, to ask about. So I guess the long and short of it is I would like to kind of table that and give Brian and I, the one thing that'd have to be done is the whole building would have to be hardwired. Fire alarms, hardwired. They couldn't be the stick up. They'd have to be hardwired. Testing for lead paint. Just a list of stuff that has to happen. If it doesn't change at all, nothing's bad. Nothing has to change. If anything changes, and there's a lot of things that are going to have to change, which are really going to affect our ability to go that direction.
Right.
So,
I'll just leave it on old business.
Yeah,
if you want me to.
that's
Is that what
fine.
you want me to do?
That way it doesn't get lost.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Right.
It's still a reminder.
we still got to be.
Right.
We still
We
have
still
to
gotta
make
figure it
decisions
out.
one way or the other.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
we need to get some of these, get firm answers on some of these questions
That's right.
and issues before, because we can't make a
Informed decision.
informed decision without it.
Okay. Baseball, softball.
I've talked to them both till I'm blue in the face. I know Josh is out of town this weekend. I sent him the text last meeting again that, that they're gonna have to pay this year and going forward they're not, and I'll get a hold of them again. I don't know why. I honestly don't understand what.
No, yeah. Okay. Alice.
I don't really think, I know Brian's gonna be here and he's on vacation, so he's not here, but nothing's changed on that. Tyler's still working on it.
Exactly,
We're
yeah.
doing the 10 speed. They're trying to figure out some type of, I don't wanna say workaround, but we might have to deal with the alleys we can get to.
Right.
And then, that's more of Brian and Tyler's
Sure.
thing, but it's in the works.
Right.
It's in the works.
And now we're down to the AT&T tower.
Okay, so I sent you all the size. So one of the first size that came through was a 25 by 30 parcel for the towering equipment. That's not very bad. The second one was a 75 by 75. So the 75 by 75 would allow other carriers to get onto our tower. And the importance of that is, I don't know if any of you have gotten your letter in the mail, but they're getting rid of landlines. So,
I think for our residents, we
I think
need
you
to
need
be,
to do the 70. I was
Yeah.
talking to Kevin today. I just
I
think for
agree.
your residents, there's a
This
lot of
is
people.
going out at the, all right, we're
Utility.
thinking of go out at the
If we have the
Shop.
room for it, I'd
Sewer
say go
plant.
for it.
So I talked to Tyler because we've been, I said, they're on board. What do we need to do here?
Right.
What's the next step? So he sent me this resolution. This is lawyer talk right here. I said, I really don't understand what you're saying here. Bottom line is, though, it's a resolution of the Darlington Town Council approving the disposal by lease of certain real estate property, which means it's kind of like the lot when it says disposal, meaning we're gonna give up 75 by 75 feet
okay.
to AT&T to put their
But
tower.
it's on the lease for X amount of years and they'll have to
Right.
be renewed all the
Right, and he'll draw the lease and obviously he'll get all the, stuff in there. Basically, what I was wanting tonight was, to get, I'm gonna say a vote for the 75 by 75. So, cause I feel like that's what he's gonna have when he starts doing this lease as to, and then we'll put in there like, God forbid, I think the tower would be there forever, but let's say it had to be decommissioned, there'll be something in there that they would have to decommission it if something would go
At their
away or
expense,
whatever.
right,
Mhm.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
That would protect us as a town.
Yeah.
right.
And that's gonna be, AT&T's the one putting it there, but then
But then,
Verizon and the other companies will be able to put on to it.
yes, if you allow for the 75 by 75, yeah. And they would lease, right, like Verizon and AT, they can lease that from,
AT&T, they don't lease it from you.
Okay, they'll
Yeah.
lease it from AT&T because it's their tower.
But it gives all the residents
Absolutely.
better service,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I think I think that's great. I just think you have to
As long as we
because,
have the space out there,
Yeah.
it's no brainer.
Well, I-
You got that whole corner where we set off the fireworks,
You know,
there's nothing back there.
yeah, and I asked
Brian
Brian,
even said he had no problem with that.
he's like, no, I
I'm not
don't,
area.
no,
It's-
no.
yeah.
Well, and it is a game changer that we're getting rid of landlines.
Right,
because-
it's huge.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just had somebody move in and he has Verizon. Michelle has Verizon and doesn't
Yeah.
get to communicate very well. But
So what's the verbiage we need to like
I
say?
would
to
make a
approve?
motion that we
just the property.
approve 75 by 75 area at the water treatment plant for AT&T to put up a tower.
A second.
All
Go ahead.
in favor? Aye. All opposed?
I'm sure there's gonna be more to it, but I
Sure,
think this is a
but
place to start.
yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
That's exciting.
I might
Glad
be-
that's
I
coming
know.
out.
Yeah.
Glad that's-
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. Tree trimming contract.
That's a Brian thing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we can table that.
Yeah,
That's fine.
he'll come back with some.
Yep.
He's got somebody else that can do some just hire when needed type
Sure.
situation rather than get contracted with
Yeah,
one person.
right.
So,
Yeah.
again, we'll let him discuss that.
Sounds good.
If you're all right with that.
So we got do we have any other attorney report from Tyler?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Then we've got the wastewater report.
Talked to Brian yesterday, and he talked to Troy. We've had no violations. Have been having some electrical problems, but we haven't had to bring anybody else in because Brian's been able to take care of it. Brian did tell him he's having a bad problem with foam, and again, I know nothing about water system, but the foam somehow latches on to bacteria, not good bacteria. So Brian told him to go ahead and buy some defoaming stuff. Other than that, seems to be okay.
Good. Did Brian leave anything for electrical or MVH that we need to?
No.
I would like to thank him.
Yeah.
He's watching us for his efforts in the small little power outage we had and the snow and, okay. Well, maybe I can send him an email thanking him from the board. Appreciate the efforts that he's done, so. Does anybody have anything they wanted to discuss about the electric or MVH before I move on?
And thank them for putting the Christmas lights up.
Oh, yes, thank you, yes, I knew I was.
I like that.
Did everybody see the town marshal report?
Yes.
Okay.
what are you gonna?
My
discuss
thoughts
that?
are, I mean, I thought about, I'm open to keeping that third position if he has someone in mind.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody else feels about that. I'd like to get names and see who he's thinking of. Cause I think he said he had a couple in mind, if I read the email correctly. Is everybody okay with seeing what he's got? Okay. I'd hate to go down to just two, I mean,
Me too, that's,
so, I can send him an email and see if we can get some information and see who we move along with. What will be good is, I'm assuming, and I know not to assume, but more than likely, these are gonna be law enforcement officers who already have the accreditations needed, so it's not gonna be as expensive, if you will, as hiring a brand new, someone who doesn't have the training that they've already, the mandatory training that they need, so that'll be beneficial for us. Anything else that I need to, bring to the town marshal's attention?
Yes, well, you know, he came and talked to me this
You
morning.
did, okay.
Yeah, because you might want to talk to him about this, and then in January, I don't know if he'll come, but you can come with it. With Montgomery County Sheriff's Office going to be,
Encrypted,
encrypted radios.
do we need,
Well, so we have, I'm not get this exactly right, does the Sheriff's Office have one?
yes,
Okay, Kevin does not have one because we have one that was given to us, I believe, yeah, by EMA.
okay.
So he's gonna get some estimates. We were gonna have to go do this fix and this fix, and he's like, what do you think? I'm like, why don't you just get a Motorola? Because
Make it easier,
I have seen where, I got a spreadsheet with other towns and different counties and stuff, and they're using some of their opioid money to do that.
okay,
And so I really think it'll fall, I'll get 100% on that, he's gonna get an estimate
Okay.
to you guys, but I told him I would mention it tonight.
Nice.
And then he'll try to get it into January, because it's gonna cost to bring this one to this place. And then it's
It's
not
gonna
gonna
be-
be, it's still
yeah.
not gonna be where the Motorola is, so he felt like that too, and
okay,
he's got, like, even if the opioid didn't use that, he's got equipment money too, so.
and I don't know if you guys are following, it's because they went to the encrypted, channels and, people who are utilizing that dispatcher stuff, they're gonna have to. I think it's an officer safety thing, especially for our guys, if they can't hear what's going on in the county. If it's coming this way, we need to,
Yeah.
our people need to know about that, so, and, you know, we've been lucky that EMA, that we were able to utilize that, but let's be honest with you, it's getting older too.
Yeah.
I mean, the radio, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's great that the opioid, hopefully that can, assist us.
Yeah,
Okay.
it makes no sense.
That's great.
It might cost as much to upgrade one as it would just to get on.
Just to get
I
you,
think.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And there's no warranty on the one you upgraded. So
Absolutely, yeah.
the new one at least has warranties.
Yeah.
Right,
And he said anytime it needed update, he could just take it to the sheriff's office when they update theirs. and
exactly.
They'll do
A lot
it, we
of
won't
them do
even
that.
pay for
Yep.
that update because it'll
It'll
only
be
be
there.
one time.
Nice.
He can tell you more about it, but
Sure,
that's,
sure.
that's the gist that I got from it, and it's made more sense to me.
Right. Yeah, I had to turn my head.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, now we're down to the park. Obviously winter hours.
Oh, well, I was doing the leaves until the snow came, so.
Who's on the tractor yesterday?
Well, I went around and I took the tractor and I didn't scrape because that's that real fine gravel, so. 73s or whatever the hell they are, but I took it down about 4 inches, 3 inches above it, at least cleared it, but people still been walking on the tracks, so I went around it and cleaned it up a little bit for them.
That's nice. Thank you, Brad.
And the leaves I didn't get all the way done because of the snow, but
Yeah.
I don't think anybody did.
No.
Snow or no snow.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything for Bob? Okay. Code enforcement officer?
He's not doing anything right
Yeah,
now.
I didn't think, I mean, right now.
Yeah. He's pretty, yeah, he's not very busy yet.
And now we're to clerk treasurer.
All right, you have your utility, report in front of you. We had 5 people move out and 5 people move in. Yeah. So we did add some penalties on this time. I did not disconnect because it was the Monday before Thanksgiving.
I
But
assumed
We
also
still
that,
collected.
I'm assuming that now we won't be able to disconnect either.
No,
Because the temperatures.
community action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, community action went in play in December 1st.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It's supposed to be cold the next 2 weeks.
You know, we didn't really have that many that were out for disconnect that Monday. But what we did, we just called them personally and said, hey, we're gonna get disconnect, week of Thanksgiving. However, I said I need it by Wednesday, and they're like, okay. So we got it collected.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We just try to make some personal phone calls.
Yeah.
And some people needed a few extra days, but that happens.
If they communicated, that's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, they did, and I mean, they still had their penalty,
Right,
but
right.
they still came through and did what they needed to do, so it worked out all right. Yeah, and that moratorium or whatever will go on until March 15th.
Okay. I can remember if it's Marjorie.
But that's the report, unless you, and then,
They have to catch back up though.
oh, absolutely,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and come March 15th, they'll be disconnected until they can. Yeah, and we do encourage them, we do make phone calls on that, because a lot of times they don't wanna pay their wastewater, trash, and sewer. So they'll let that kind of build up, and like, yeah, so, just keep paying that, and it won't be as much.
As much,
Yeah,
sure.
sometimes what they get will cover all of their electric, but some people are confused and think that goes to all of
Cover
it. It
everything.
does not.
Right, right.
So we just remind them that it doesn't. And we actually have a pretty decent group, and they do a really pretty good job, so, yeah. Is there anything, I know cleaning sidewalks probably on the building message, you can put that on there, but is there anything particularly that you guys know on the building message? I'll look and see what was on, it's usually the same thing. Anything on the website? You guys have anything coming up that needs to be advertised?
I will be, but I just don't.
Oh, well, that'll work too, yeah, yeah.
Open gym.
Okay, yeah, we can put,
It's gonna start in January, so.
yeah, if you give us all the information on it, we'd be happy for that, okay.
Now, what's the open gym gonna be?
Mondays and Wednesdays, so I'll open it up from like 5 to 7:30. I don't wanna go too late, cause then they wanna put kids to bed or whatever, but, so they can come in and play basketball or walk or do whatever. I've had a lot of people.
For free, or is it gonna be like the rest of them
It'll
pay?
be like
Okay.
like $3 a person.
Yeah.
But, I've had a lot of people wanna know if I can just open it up during the day and so they can just come and go as they want, and I can't.
It's too much of a
They've asked
liability.
Jeff too, and Jeff's like, we just can't leave the doors unlocked.
Right.
Monday and Wednesday, what was it?
Yeah.
5 to 7:30?
And they get some walkers, there used to be one,
Yeah.
walkers one that worked,
Mhm.
always wanted to come.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and if it works out, I will add more days, but I just wanna give it,
You feel free.
get a feel for it and.
And did you say 3 per person?
We need help with that, yeah.
Babysitting, I probably will, but we'll see what's going on. I did turn I know it's not my turn, but I did the middle room in there, I did bring in some, ride-on toys and balls and stuff for little ones.
Yeah.
Cause that was one thing that they asked them. I had a Thanksgiving that was here and they said that kids, it was a big hit with the kids, they loved it, so. So if anybody's, I even have a walker in there for a baby and different things.
Don't
like
that stuff have to be cleaned daily?
No.
It did when we were going through all the training for foster care and
Yeah, gosh.
well, I mean, that was a state law. That stuff had to
I mean,
be,
it'll get cleaned, but not daily. They're
Well,
not here every day.
I'm just asking because,
Yeah.
I'm assuming if
That's a
I
big
used to work-
fine.
I used to work in a preschool. We never had to clean daily, so.
well, you did, was it recently?
Yes.
Really? And you didn't
Yeah.
clean anything
About
daily?
2 years ago, yes.
Are they still in business?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, we
Surprise,
used to-
surprise.
too, especially COVID.
When I worked at Rainbows and Rhymes, we cleaned, every 6 months. I mean, like, once in the beginning and once in the end, and that was it. So, no, they don't get cleaned.
Now, okay, so you just, we can advertise that however you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll come down and talk to you guys.
cause I might wanna, we'll need something on the kids, like if they have to, be under parental.
Oh, no.
You know, or
Yes.
whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
however
this
that's-
isn't
yeah.
just drop
No,
your
don't worry
kids
about
off.
I'll
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I've
wanna
got it all
include
written
that
out.
on the website.
Yeah, I've got it all written out at
Yes.
home, so, no, it has to be.
Yeah, this isn't a drop off the
motivated.
kids.
They tried that at the festival the first year. They
I
thought the
remember.
kids zone was, they thought the kids zone at the festival the first year I was gonna watch their kids. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Well, I had kids in here one night, somebody left the door unlocked, and they were in here playing ball, and I was like, yeah, the door was unlocked, they were playing basketball,
Yeah.
out of that, so.
Yeah, I can't believe how many people are just, they want that. They're like, I just wanna pop over and play some basketball for a while, and I'm like, nope, I can't do that.
Anything else from the clerk?
I don't think so.
Marilyn, do you have anything for us?
Stuff.
Well, no. Wait, oh, Michelle, you're done here.
Oh, I think she already.
Oh,
talked
no,
about
I
it.
don't have anything, no,
Okay,
I'm done,
okay.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Jennifer?
I already talked about mine.
Okay. Jeremy?
No.
Teresa?
No.
I don't have anything. No public. We have our next meeting, January 8th, 2026 at 5 p.m.
Before you end it.
Yes, sir.
Your thing here, your council members, how many of you were elected and how many were appointed?
I was elected.
This
I
time,
think this-
this time,
Well, yeah,
we all.
I can't remember last time, or I can't remember last week, so.
No, this time we all were elected. When they voted, the last time for us to be on the board.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Jennifer was
saying?
appointed,
I was appointed.
Okay.
but this has to show elected term, now, that's a state statute.
Right. Yeah.
That's why it's on.
Well, I just seen that and
Yeah, no, it's.
I didn't know how many, I didn't know if there was, cause I knew, was it Rydell that stepped down? Who was sitting,
He stepped, him and.
who
No,
Jennifer
not- no,
replaced?
what-
Noel.
He replaced,
Noel.
she replaced Rydell.
Rydell.
Noel
Yeah.
didn't put in and said so. Rydell didn't realize that if he didn't go down and
Yes,
he
Remove his
automatically-
name?
Yeah, he automatically got put on, so he came to the very first meeting
He
and
did.
said, we're,
I'm not doing
in
this.
January
That's right.
24, he came to the meeting and said,
I just couldn't remember who it was that, I remember Noel left and Nick left, but I couldn't
Yeah, he
remember.
didn't realize he
Yeah.
had to go.
It's really kind of weird how the whole thing works too,
Hmm.
like, it's, if you're Republican, the chair of the Republican
Oh,
Party is the one
sure.
who has to appoint, it's, if you're elected, you can get all of them, that's what I've heard, I haven't had to, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
That's
heard
true.
it's super hard, so, but yeah,
Marilyn, did you have something?
Yes, this is just a reminder, because I always think about it. In June, we went in and signed a paper at in the clerk's office.
It was.
Treasurer. What
Yeah.
office
It was
was
the
it?
clerks.
And we have to sign a paper also in January.
you're gonna sign, that's the same
That's gonna
paper
be
you're gonna
every
sign
year.
in January,
Yeah.
it's just, it hadn't been done.
Right.
And, I don't even know why this was a new law,
That's what
nobody
she-
had did it. So, when you sign in January, that's gonna be the same thing you did in June, you don't have to go back again in June. It'll be every January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every January you'll
Okay.
update your
I
CF
thought she said every 6
4 or
months.
1 or
Yeah,
whatever.
sure.
Sure.
Just to make sure your contributions and your,
Yeah, if you had any
if you
contributions.
had
or
any
Yeah.
Okay.
campaign fundings, things like that.
Yeah, right.
We get millions of dollars.
Right? I don't have anything, okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Or a
I'll
second?
second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
That's some good work right there.
Okay, now we need to sign.
45.
Yes, please make sure you, and make sure those are all.
You're
signed.
done?
Yes.
Yes. That was a good meeting for December.
I think we've had